If you want to learn the process to embodying and empowering the feminine spirit, then check out the book, Healing the Feminine Energy and the Wounds of Your Inner Child. What's up, guys? So in this video, this is advice for the ladies, and we're going to be speaking about how to avoid getting with a toxic guy. I see many women on my platforms talk about the fact that men will act a certain way in the beginning and you begin to like him, and then after that you're like, oh, but I'm finding out this trait about him, that trait about him. If I knew he was like this, I probably would have avoided him, but it's too late because my feelings are all caught up in the situation. And I always say to these women that he did show the red flags. He did show the traits that should have warned you. It's just that you don't have a trained eye, so you're not able to see it. You're not able to see that when he did that thing in that way, he was communicating who he was, because you was looking at other things, especially on a big level. But the first thing to know is how people do small things is how they do big things. So what will happen is people can often mask and hide and deceive on the big things. But if you look how they do small things, it actually helps you to understand what their habitual patterns is like when it comes to big things. So we're going to start off by talking about that. But let's talk about the fact that you want to look out for the person's wounds and traumas, because people are often reacting to things that have happened to them before. People are always, men and women are always trying to protect themselves. That's a main concern for them. They're always thinking, how can I gain more safety? How can I protect myself? How can I not let that thing that happened to me before happen again? They're operating off of fear. Now, if you don't heal your traumas and the wounds that have happened, then what happens is the person will always try to protect themselves or protect that wound because it's not healed. Like if I cut myself here, I'm going to be conscious. I'm going to literally put a plaster on top of it. The plaster is like what people do artificially with their actions, you know, but in an exaggerated way. But when it heals, guess what? I don't mind if you touch it. It's literally healed. But what most people do is they don't let it heal. They have the cut there. I talk about this in my book, Healing the Feminine Energy, and I talk about the spiritual body and how it can be wounded. And if you want to check that out, go on Amazon. But the main point is, a lot of guys experience traumas and wounds, but they don't heal it. And they don't even really put a plaster on it. They just have it out there. And instead of the plaster, they're going to use, you know, the protection through the form of their mouth. You know, it could be being abusive. It could be being quickly triggered and overly emotional, and so on. So one thing you have to do when you're getting to know a guy is try to understand the traumas that have happened in his life and if he's healed from it. If he has healed, or if he's working on healing it, it's fine. It's actually not that big of a deal, because we all have traumas, even you do, right? But if you haven't healed from it, you can expect that the reaction to that will manifest. And maybe he can cover it up for a month when you're getting to know him. But if he doesn't sort it out, it will come out. Could even be a year later, and you've never seen him in that situation. And then you're like, whoa, I never knew he acts so angry when he's asked to take accountability, for example. You know, but that lack of accountability could be linked to, you know, lacking a father figure and so on, right? So you need to figure out what are the traumas that have happened in their life. The second thing that you want to look out for in terms of knowing if a man is toxic is, who is he without you? So without you in the picture, who is he? A lot of girls say, I want a guy that's mean to the world and then nice to me. Well, you can then expect when you're not in his good books, he will just be as mean to you as he was with everyone else, right? Because that's his default, you know, mode, right? So he sees it as normal to treat people bad or in a mean way if he doesn't value you in some way, right? But you know, when you are then the person who he no longer values for whatever reason, or in a situation he doesn't value you, you can expect that he'll be mean to you, because that's his default planning. I did a one-on-one with a woman who she spoke about this with me, how, you know, he does many things that make her feel good, and you know, she didn't understand why she kept attracting men. Literally, like the type of guy she spoke about in the past relationship and then even in the current relationship that she was in, and the problem, it was almost like the exact same situations that she had went through with both guys, except different faces. And I told her one of the keys that she had to look out for is that I kept hearing her talk about how great he is doing things for her. Like he's doing this for her and he's doing this and he's saying this thing. And I said, all of this you speaking about him has been about what he's saying and what he's doing. But you have to know that that's a performance for you. We're all engaging in a mating dance. So I said, can you also tell me about how good he is or the good character traits he has without you? And it doesn't seem like you're able to say that. So if he's not a good person without you, you can expect that he might just not be a good person. And what people will do is they'll put on an act to be the great person that you want them to be, but it's not truly who they are, right? So those are two things that help you to suss out if a guy is toxic, right? As I said, many girls, they fall into the trap of, oh, he was great in the first 3 months and then another type of person comes out. But you want to look for more than that. You're not going to be the same as you was before getting tricked into these situations. You're going to look at it on a deeper level with a better trained eye, and you're going to find yourself in better situations with better quality men. But anyway, I want to know what you think, right? So comment down below and let me know. But also, just before I go, check out my book, Healing the Feminine Energy, on Amazon. The second book, Nurturing Your Feminine Energy, has also come out. But if you haven't checked out the first one, that is very essential, because when you heal your own energy, a lot of this stuff will come out naturally. You will naturally know how to look at another person and go, are they healed? Have they sorted out their situation? Or, you know, maybe they haven't been through trauma, but are they healthy? You know? So the more you work on your feminine energy and you're healthy, the more you will attract a healthy masculine man. So check out the book, Healing the Feminine Energy by Reemus, on Amazon. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace. More than any other time in human history, a restoration, a repair, a respect for the feminine energy is needed. And if you want to check out the process to healing the feminine energy, then you can check out the book, which is available digitally or in print form.